Hey guys, welcome.
Welcome back to another Minecraft video.
Welcome back to At the Net podcast. This is our second episode. Obviously, you probably saw the title of the video. How are you guys feeling, boys? To be back.
I hate all three of you.
Glad to be back.
I'm happy to be back. I actually was looking forward to this podcast throughout the entire week.
I had a great night last night.
Why did you have a great night last night?
Because I was hitting some balls really hard at practice.
I can attest.
A great time.
I can attest to this.
Because I don't think I've actually really hit a ball since last semester. Really gotten a good hit. And that was
no practice yesterday was good, even with the lack of not structure, because we had structure, but I think
it was just more loose.
It was not normal without coach being there, and then all that stuff. But it was a good practice, and players in new positions. Noah needs to learn how to set front row rotations, because we tried to get him to, and he was just I don't understand this. I was I will just wait to have Michael explain it to you, because it was bad. But
babysitter. It's okay.
It's okay. Practice was good. Nate was doing good in the middle. So
none of them have any idea who the hell these people are, but
it's okay. Well, at some point in time, we'll try to get Noah on the podcast. I feel like Noah would be a good podcast guest. He would be. Let's be honest. He definitely would be. He's like that. He's like that chill guy.
Yeah.
That weird teddy bear thing. You know what I'm talking about? The chill guy meme?
Okay.
Isn't it a teddy bear or is it a dog?
It looks like a capybara.
A capybara?
Capybara.
It's a capybara.
Capybara.
It's a capybara.
No,
yeah.
It's a capybara.
It's a capybara.
Capybara.
It's a capybara.
Okay, we're gonna stop this now.
Okay, hey, look, listen. We have a great topic today that we're going to talk about. Tonight, my bad, because it is 8:38 p.m. A little bit of a late start.
Wine time.
But not Hawaiian time.
Yeah, we just go through
Eastern
time.
1 a.m. Yeah, that would be
2.
Yeah, 2 would be 2, I think. Don't fact check us on that. All aspects, men's versus women's volleyball. We're
starting off with this.
We're starting off with this.
That's our main topic.
Yeah, that's what we got to talk about.
Are we doing only watching, or
we're gonna go through everything? We're gonna go through everything.
I think we should.
We are gonna break down.
I love the net height. It's pretty sick.
I hate playing on a women's net. I will stand by that. Playing on a women's net is the worst. The timing when it comes to trying to track sets, the timing on blocks, it is just horrible. I hate it. I would much rather be on a men's net. When me and you do stuff, men's net 100%.
Wow.
Intramurals, when we play on the co-ed or the women's side, I hate it so much.
Co-ed's fine.
Co-ed, it's just a little bit taller, but I like the tall net.
It messes with my head, definitely.
Yeah.
It's just easier for me because
I don't like setting on a women's net. Setting middle on a women's net's so weird. Maybe it's because I set guys on a women's net, so it's really weird.
Yeah. Well, because you look at the net and you're trying to you're basing your sets kind of off the net, sort of, or even the pins, and it's kind of hard to judge sometimes. And it's the same thing for hitters too. When I'm hitting.
I always go off of the setter. So if Michael set me the same set on a men and women's net, it wouldn't make a difference to me. Other than obviously.
See, that's just it though. He has to set that same ball. It's hard for him to do that sometimes, just because of. Obviously, individually, for yourself, it would be different because you have your own preference. But yeah,
it does mess with my serves a little bit though. Because if
serve receive is rough.
Serve receive is, yeah.
No. Like serving.
Like serving.
Okay. Because if like obviously on a men's net, you have to like account for how much higher it is, and you either have to start at a higher point or like arc it over a little bit differently. But on a women's net, it being a good bit shorter, I mean, there's not that much of a variable there.
That's a fair point. I find myself, if I get like a good serve on a men's net, there's a lot of times where I'm actually hitting it. Like if I get a good contact, I'm hitting it just straight. Like obviously it's gonna have a little bit of that arc because of the topspin. Like there's a lot of times that I'm hitting it like straight, like kind of over the net, and then I get on a women's net, and when I topspin, it's like I don't even have to. I mean, I still have to jump, but like I don't have to jump nearly as high, and it's like just dots.
Yeah. Well, since it's shorter, I feel like I can hit it harder, and I end up smoking it out every single time.
It's the story of my life.
I know blocking feels weird on one.
I've
I've never been able to block on one.
Really?
Yeah.
For when we practiced with the women's team, it took me a long time to adjust to it because I basically had a problem where when I would go up to block, I was jumping like as I would on a men's net. So a lot of the balls that were like being hit were hitting me here and like below and were just falling down on my side. I eventually had to teach myself like, hey, don't jump as high and really like press into the block. Because I was tired of not being able to block a ball.
Yeah. Especially because you're like 2 feet taller than everyone there.
Not quite, but
Yeah, it's actually,
there's like what a
I
few.
think
We
all
have
of the
Well,
players.
actually, how tall is your coach? She's really tall.
well, one of the assistant coaches is like the middle blocking coach. She's my height. She is 6'5". Yeah, she is a beast. And then
All mostly taller than me.
head coach. How tall would you say she is?
My height.
Okay, and
I
then
don't know.
the other
It's so
assistant,
weird.
the other assistant coach is like a little bit taller, but yeah, I mean, there's a lot of girls on the team that are like, I think the tallest on the team is 6'3" even. And I want to say the 2 middle blockers. Well, there's gonna be 3 middle blockers on the
I would say
women's
all of them
team.
all of the middles are above 6 foot.
Yeah,
Plus.
so I think 2 of them are for sure 6'3".
Well,
And then one of them is-
none of them are taller than me, though. I mean, I've been like level-footed with all of them, and I haven't thought that they're taller than me. I'm like 6'2"-ish, maybe.
You might just be even with some of them then.
Maybe, I don't know. I'm basing it off of not what I've seen, but I'm basing it off of what I saw on like the
Like their stat chart.
their stat on like the YSU page, athletics page. So I don't know. Sometimes they bump those up.
Maybe they could help you out, Michael.
Add a couple inches onto your
I'm a 6'8" middle blocker now.
Just reverse the numbers. You'd be 6'8".
That'd be nuts.
Wait,
Wait, what? 6'8"?
I'd be 8'5", but
8'5" would also be nuts.
Yeah.
Anyway, men's versus women's volleyball. Where do we want to start?
We talk about the ball first.
yeah, men's ball is so much better.
Yeah.
It is a lot.
Okay,
better.
so I'm glad we're all on the same page here because, I mean, every now and then it's kind of refreshing to play with the women's.
No.
Like, hear me out. Hear me out. Just having something different is kind of like just to kind of make it a little bit more challenging because I feel like it's almost harder to because the ball's so light. It's hard to control when like the balls are hit.
It also
hard.
doesn't. It doesn't grip as much. Like
No,
these you can
nothing-
get. Like
yeah.
I can't like really try and get any topspin on there, but like any that I do somehow get on there, it still affects like the curve of the path of the play of the ball. I'm using too many fancy words.
No, you're not. I agree though.
But-
Hitting a topspin on these is so much easier. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, because I agree. Hitting a topspin on like the men's balls, even the FIVB, what is the Mikasa? I don't know how to say it. Is that how you say it? Mikasa?
But like, yeah,
Yeah, the Mikasa balls. Like even those are. I put the molten like these ones
Yeah.
above. Some ASMR. We should start an ASMR volleyball channel.
No.
What would it
Oh
even
my-
be?
I don't just He's like, it's upset.
That microphone would be destroyed by the
Yeah. Somebody was definitely did it. But yeah, I would put that like the Mikasa between that and like the women's are they molten? Yeah, like the women's molten that like NCAA uses. I don't know what ball does women's like professionally use.
Pretty sure they use Mikasa.
Do they use Mikasa?
Mikasa or
I could look it
FIVB?
up because like that's a good question actually.
I'm not sure you have an Instagram.
I think they're harder.
What? Which
Like,
one?
The women's.
Like harder in what?
In general. I
Oh,
think
just like-
when you receive the like same hit from both balls, the women's ball feels
They
so
use
much harder.
Mikasa.
Do they use
There's
Mikasa?
also multiple
I
different
think it
names.
hurts.
I mean, yeah.
I do think there's hurt more, but
They do
yeah.
use Mikasa. I guess. Yeah.
So
Okay.
like receiving
They're
these,
not
I feel like as much as we can control them a lot, they have more squish to them, or like
And that's why
Yeah,
they bounce
'cause-
significantly higher.
because the balls they use, they have like almost like a foam cushioning on the outside, but these are straight up, like there's no cushion to them. And I think that in a way, like, however, it like hurts more.
I mean, the NCAA women's balls are like the white and blue ones. They're like almost like a synthetic leather, aren't they? It's like it's
I
some
have
sort
no
of.
idea.
It's got to be like some sort of synthetic leather because I mean, it's got It's hard to describe. It's definitely nothing like this.
Yeah,
Like,
they're totally different. I like this material even
Mhm.
more because like I can like palm this, but like
Are
the
you
women's
talking about
balls
the
are
molten
very
ones?
smooth.
Yeah, the molten women's like the white and blue.
It's
ones.
just smooth. I don't know what it's made out of.
You guys can keep talking. I'm just gonna look stuff up.
So I don't really know any other balls outside of like the two, and I guess like
Yeah.
played with the yellow ones.
That's beach.
Okay.
Or I mean, you can use them for grass, but don't they have a specific grass?
It's just different color. I mean,
It's
I've
the
never
same
played-
thing, right?
I've never played with it, so I have no idea. But
Didn't someone bring a Mikasa ball?
Yeah,
in, like,
somebody.
one of our
Yeah,
first
yeah,
practices?
somebody. Yeah,
It
somebody
was
did bring.
really weird. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I liked it at all.
I like it. It's not the same. It still has a little bit of the like texture of those, but they're just not. as
It's
much.
lighter.
I really like the texture though. So
It's
I
it's,
don't.
it's a mix
Yeah.
between like it has kind of a similar texture to that. It has a little bit of the squish, but it's
Yeah,
light.
it's
Like
like-
these
it's
are
like
kind of
little
they're not
dots
heavy,
on
No,
there.
I get what you mean.
but they're heavy. They're more dense
Yeah.
than it's almost like a.
Are they
ball.
smaller?
No, they should be the same size.
Yeah, they're the
right?
same size.
The women's does feel smaller.
No, they should be the same size. Don't be caressing the ball like that.
What?
That's
feeling
wrong.
the texture of it to make sure.
So what are they looking at? What are the NCAA volleyballs made? I can't tell you. Made of. Oh well, it actually brought up the men's ball. Usually you would think it would, it would bring up the women's ball. What are the NCAA
It's
women's?
probably because you like more men's stuff.
Yeah, my computer's all like. Okay, so it is the Molten Super Touch is made of premium Japanese leather and a cotton wrapped bladder. So it is made of leather, so that explains like this the
Does it
stiffness
say
of
if
it.
it's like actual leather or synthetic?
It says smooth leather. It's a premium Japanese leather.
Probably.
Huh?
That kind of makes sense. They're expensive.
They
These
are.
balls are not
They're-
cheap.
These
Yeah.
ones. What do you think
Yeah,
these ones?
these
Yeah,
ones
these
are
ones are
not
not
They're
cheap.
like $78 minimum.
Yeah, the women's ones are I think a little bit less expensive.
Yeah.
I think
I
I got mine
believe-
for like 60.
And then beach is like a little more than these.
Really?
Beach are about the same.
Yeah, beach are about the
I thought they're a
same.
little bit more.
I mean,
You can get fake beach balls for like $20.
yeah, but they don't.
I mean, like,
they
real
get
though.
the real ones are I'm pretty sure about the same. They cost about the same. Because what it was the one when I bought one, it was like $60 I think.
Yeah, something.
So maybe I think the beach ones actually might be slightly less than those.
Because when I was looking these up, I know these were 80, and I saw a beach one for 90.
Where are
Well,
you?
yeah, where are you
shopping?
shopping?
Amazon.
That's probably
Really?
why Amazon has inflated prices.
Interesting.
Never get anything from Dick's.
Why?
Like I found one of these balls on. It was like volleyball like volleyball.net, something like that.
Like volleyball.com.
Yeah, something like that.
All volleyball.
Yeah.
Oh, volleyball! If you're watching this, hit us with the spots.
Yeah, but it's like 50 balls for
These are like
practice.
$60 on there, but like I went to Dick's and they were like $95.
Yeah.
It was insane. It was the same exact ball.
Yeah, they're.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's in store though, that makes sense because usually things
They
are
actually,
in store.
you have to order them from Best
Yeah,
Buy. They don't have them like in store.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's all
Best Buy.
Best Buy.
They're not Best Buy.
Dick's.
Dick's.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, Best Buy.
Best Buy comes in clutch with all
Right by the laptop.
It's like, excuse me, sir, where can I find
Volleyballs.
the men's volleyballs? Get out. Get out of my store. They don't get paid enough to deal with that. I feel bad for any store employee that has to deal with you, Marcus.
Yeah, me too. Which is part of the pleasure of it.
You said any
Any server, I
waitress or
couldn't-
waiter.
I
I feel like at a restaurant you'd be pretty polite.
Twin
I'm
Peaks. He'd be cooked.
Oh.
He'd be
I'd be
cooked.
pretty cooked in Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm done.
I hate that. No, I've never been there, but I've heard so many bad things about
It's-
it. I'm already was like, I hate that place.
Yeah, my brother would go there like every other weekend for like it was that,
Why?
he was dating someone too, and I was like, that's
Marcus
Wait, hold on.
Marcus is adding his whole family over here.
Yeah, what do you? We're not gonna get into that.
No,
We're not gonna talk about that. What? Oh, I'm kind of curious now, actually.
No.
Okay. Fine.
That's-
Yeah.
Yeah. We're done.
So regarding men's and women, so obviously we kind of talked about the ball and we all agree that the men's ball is better for multiple reasons. One, it's really hard to bounce the women's ball. Like, I'm gonna be 100% honest, I've tried. You can.
Of course, that's all you think about is bouncing a ball.
I'm a middle. That's like what I like. I jump, I block, and I swing. And like when I swing really hard. Like that's kind of like my whole job. Like that's like the whole point. Like that's all I do.
Don't shake your head.
Like I don't
Do not go into
think-
the fun
day.
Exactly. Like I don't think. I just go and do.
And
And
if
then-
they do well.
Yeah, and if they
be
do
happy.
well, then happy middle.
The life of
Do
the
not
right side and
well.
middle.
Right side.
Could be me.
Right side's the easiest.
Go up
position.
block. Block good.
No.
Happy.
The easiest position is serving subs. We're also getting
Okay,
off
we're not
topic.
talking. We're not talking about. He's all like. No, wait a second.
After the shots I felt, I don't know.
Short intermission because it's
for a little bit of background, he went from being a serving sub to now possibly our starting right side. So
That was terrifying.
he has now acquired both of the easiest positions
I am
in
going to
volleyball.
sit here, and this is a quick intermission right now.
Okay.
If you're a serving sub and you fucking miss your serves, you are so garbage at this sport.
He won the game,
Can I tell you
Michael.
how I did miss one of my serves?
He did. Okay, you missed the first
Okay,
one. Yes, but
you're
that-
different because you just started playing volleyball. But there are literally like, I will go and watch men's and women's,
He's
and there
talking
will
at a
be
higher level.
serving subs in college D1, and they go out there and they miss their first serve.
That's insane.
It's the nerves.
I'm not
I mean,
saying
yeah.
I'm not saying you have to make 100% of the serves because that's one thing, but like there are serving subs out there that go a whole game with only making like one serve.
I
Yeah,
get
like when that
It is the
when it's- when
easiest
it's
and also
that's
the
your
boring
job.
position.
You
It's,
should-
yeah.
You should.
We're
be-
going off topic, but yes.
when it's your like that's like the one thing that like you need to go do. It's like the pressure gets to you, but at the same time it's like you got to go out there and you got to make sure that you're executing the best of your ability. Obviously you're gonna miss. Like it's like you are going to miss eventually. It's gonna happen.
Yes.
But like the frequency in which you see some of these serving subs
Yeah.
like missing, it's kind of like.
And
Like
some
let's
people
be real. Let's do
Some
better
people
here.
miss their serves and it's not even like aggressive. It's just a lollipop serve and they miss and they hit it out and I'm like,
That's the mix. That's the mix between not wanting to serve aggressively
That's the
because
mix
they
of
don't want to
Jared
miss.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, your first serve. It was your first time serving in a
I
match.
was terrified.
So I give you the benefit of the doubt, but then your second serve.
It was even scarier. I was so
Yeah,
He
much more
dropped
scared.
it on the back nine.
I thought that. I thought it was.
He
out.
dropped it on the service line.
Wow.
If you go back and watch,
And won us the game against Pitt.
everybody on our team just paused and waited for something because we did not.
We didn't know.
what to
We didn't
do.
know. Well, we didn't know if it was in or out. I
It
was
was just
waiting for the call.
no one immediately called it.
Yeah,
Well,
and then they
and then
called
we-
it, and I
And
lost.
then we started rushing, and then like half the people stopped because it was the third set. We go to 15,
Yeah.
but I mean, in our minds, we're like, we're going to 25.
Yeah, our starting right slash setter was like, "Why are we ending it? It's 18 to 16," and I'm like, "Oh my god, they didn't even know it went to 15 points."
See, I did.
Which is like, it's good because that doesn't make them worry because like we're playing
Yeah,
it
but
close.
at the
But
same time, it's like
I
you're
was like, oh my
playing
God.
volleyball.
it's like,
That
guys,
stresses me out so much when dude, I love Noah to pieces, dude. But he stresses me out sometimes so much. I really hope he watches this. He probably won't, but I really hope he watches this because dude, he does stress me out sometimes.
He gets a handle on it though.
No, he does. Yeah, no, he does. Quite literally, he I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah. I mean, to get back to it again for what, the third time, men's versus women's volleyball. We talked about the ball. We talked about the net.
They play so differently.
Yeah, that's
They
good.
It's more
It's
technique
good.
than like, because men's is usually, at least on our level, it's like
smack
the shit out of this
Yes.
ball. But their technique is like go for placement, like get around the
Like,
block.
okay, don't get me wrong.
Personally,
we
I don't think
aim,
about that.
right? Men do aim.
There, I think it's not as black and white as what I think a lot of people make it out to be. And I know you didn't mean it that way, but like, I feel like there's a lot of people that think of it as being like black and white. Like, you know, the men's game is a lot of just jump and swing as hard as you can, and the women's game is like super technical. Both sides have.
I have a lot of controversial opinions that people are gonna hate me in the public for.
That's fine.
I mean, that's why we're here.
Yeah, it's
we're
fine.
here to get the controversy out. My friend.
So,
We're here to let it fly.
first people's opinions is that men's volleyball is boring because it's missed serves. However, my thought about that is if they don't serve as aggressive if they do, they're gonna basically just give up the point.
Oh yeah.
So I don't mind the missed serves. 28, like UCLA versus Long Beach just happened. That's a little bit too much. A little too much. But yeah. Second opinion, I think male setters are so much more entertaining and better than female setters.
Okay.
Okay, wait,
I don't have an
agree.
opinion on that. I don't have an
So-
opinion on the setters.
My big thing is just like you will watch. I'm trying to not make this sound bad when it's not meant to be bad sounding. Girls run a lot of DSs. This is like my general thought process. Like I'm gonna use Nebraska, favorite team. Shout out Huskers, love you all. Last year they ran.
That your computer's in the way.
Yeah, you guys got swept by us. It's okay.
Yeah, but who went to the finals and lost? We did. So.
Congratulations.
Who got second?
So
we were your
girls use a lot of
just
like
saying.
DSs and stuff like that. So Nebraska, for example, ran rotations where they had 3 DSs in a row, and their setter was front row, and they were recycling point after point after point, but they kept going to the outside multiple times in a row, which is their outside's job. However, what you'll see a lot in the men's game is setters will use their middles way out of system, or they'll use a back row. It's a lot more of, I think, a creative aspect. Not necessarily, no, maybe not creative is the right word, but like,
Opportunistic.
maybe.
They make
I
opportunities
think-
happen that don't in the moment.
It's more like, it's not, I don't want to say structured, but there's a rhyme and reason for why I think, this is me who knows very little about setting and the strategies that come with it, but I think from a setting standpoint, I think there's kind of like a rhyme and reason for why like a women's setter would set the way that they do, or like in certain like out of system balls set what they do. I think men's is just kind of like like they have this idea of like, okay, I could be on the other side of the court, but I'm still gonna launch this ball to my outside, and he's gonna put it in the floor. Like,
Don't worry about it.
Mission for these two.
Disclaimer, by the way, not discrediting any female setters out there because there are so many female setters better than guys. But I would just say sometimes male setters are more entertaining to watch because I just think of like I'm gonna use this a couple thousand times. I think it was like the 2014 Olympics. USA ran a quick one ball 15 feet off the net. I've never seen. I'll pull up the clip right now because I have it saved on my phone and I'll show you. But I just like, maybe because I haven't seen, like, I've only watched our female Olympic team once because of this year. And when I came into volleyball, I really watched a lot of men's. I didn't really watch a lot of women's until last year and this year. However, watching the creativity of male setters run middles, so much better.
That's crazy you say that, but then don't set me.
Okay, well, I'm not as good as fucking Micah Christensen and all these people.
Language.
I don't care, respectfully. I'll find the clip to show you, but yeah.
You should send the link to me so then I can screen record it and put it up on the video. Because, but yeah, and he makes a good point. He's not as good as some of these setters, so it's kind of like.
That's crazy.
We could do that if you just tried.
Okay, I'll remember that.
There has to be full trust between you two on that one.
I trust him.
He does not trust you.
I don't know why.
I'm just saying.
I'm 6'5" and I jump really high. Like, you should have all the trust in me in the world. Especially if you just launch that ball over there. All I have to do is put my hand up there.
But yeah, somebody that I play like volleyball with in Cleveland, they're like, our young son group's gonna see this and be like, Michael hates female setters.
It's like, no, that's not even remotely close.
There's
so many.
Huh?
I was gonna say there's so many female setters that I mean, like, not like you're not saying that like women's setters aren't fun to watch. You're just saying that there is one.
There's a little more entertainment with
with the men's
male setters that are being created. However,
are you okay? Yeah.
Michael was saying I don't like female setters. I was gonna say it just doesn't like women.
PR training.
I
will
need to
say
PR
though,
train you
you're supposed to be training.
We'll do that. That's going to be on the podcast. Like, we're going to be doing it right now.
Special episode PR training.
and like female, or I will say, I think I like watching female setters dump the ball better. Because when they're like 15 feet off the net and they throw it right over the net, that's so much cooler than just like somebody ripping a ball. However, though,
shape over.
watching a setter like rip a ball, some use Nikolov because he's the most biggest person for doing that right now. Or watch like the Swedish jump set pair for beach. Their options are so fun to watch, and that's just, I don't know. I love both. I love Hawaii for men's, love Nebraska for women's. Nebraska's winning these next 2 years. I'm calling it right now.
They have
Calling it right now.
DBK.
I know.
Danny Bust Down Kelly. I love calling her that. It's Danny Bust Down.
Except I'm gonna miss John Cook. John Cook was just a
He was
vibe.
mid. So that was a joke. I'm just messing with you. He was a great coach.
Yeah, I don't watch enough to know names that well.
Yeah. I know
'Cause
one person that you just talked about.
I started watching.
Jimmy Nikolov.
Yeah.
That makes complete sense.
Yeah, I mean,
It's hard. It's kind of hard. There's. I feel like even people who aren't like involved in the volleyball community will probably know the name some way somehow. Like he's everywhere.
I know him and who's the left-hand Japanese?
Nishida.
Nishida. I know Nishida.
Mid.
That was a joke too, right?
I prefer Mioria over Nishida. I'm being so honest. I'm not saying Nishida's bad. Mid was a joke, but in my opinion, I think Miura is a better player than Nishida.
Look to the audience.
Let us know in the comments.
Just out of curiosity, what's your thoughts on Ingabeth? I just real quick before we move on.
He is probably he is top 3 outsides. However, he's teaching my outside to swing over his shoulder, and that's not working for us. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
So have you ever seen when Connor does swings behind his back like this? So Angapek does that a lot.
And that's where he gets
And that's where Connor gets it from.
So who are your top 3 outsides? This is completely off. I'm just really curious and I want to know. So I apologize. We'll get back on track in a second.
Angapek, in no order, Angapek, Leon, but Leon didn't really have a. Oh no, Leon did have a good Olympics. Third's hard because I want to put DeFalco up there, but DeFalco's passing for an outside is not there. Maybe
That's kind of what
Ishikawa, but
Okay.
at the same time he's also I don't know.
I was waiting to see if you threw TJ up there because
TJ has
he's
in the next 2 years might be the best outside, but his passing and literally in the Olympics they had to sub him out because his passing was bad, and he fell under pressure pretty hard.
yeah he's a good player, but
And this is a intermission.
we've had this is
We are allowed-
an intermission.
We are allowed to talk about sports people, but we cannot judge them because none of us are on their level.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
yeah.
all get
I'm
distorted.
pretty
We have fan base. No, because we have fan base opinion, but at the same time, we know we can call a player bad, but they're in reality they're not bad at
Yeah,
all.
we know ball, but we don't know ball.
Yeah.
That's a completely different level.
Because there's some fans out there that believe they are better than pro players, and I'm like,
It's like, no, you're not. It
love to
is-
see you play, or any of that stuff.
It's like if you have somebody that plays even at a competitive adult or even not recreational but a competitive level that isn't pro or even semi-pro, the highest you might find them is here, and then the worst of the worst pros are usually sitting around here.
Yeah.
So there's a big gap
Yeah.
between the two,
Just
and that goes. You said just like Aiden Knight.
Now that's a setter I'm better than, and I'll prove it every day. Oh god, I'm gonna get our podcast canceled.
No, you're not.
That's my
We're
job.
throwing shots.
Dude, hold on, I'll show you the. Hold on, I'm showing them the Aiden Knight clip.
Okay, pull that up.
I don't know who that is.
Aiden Knipe is a he was Long Beach's ex-setter before Nikolov, so he graduated and then Nikolov came in.
Yeah. So, what was I gonna say? I kind of lost track of that. Yeah, make sure you check it down.
This is Aiden Knipe's video.
Well, we could talk about. We spent time with the play style,
Bro.
but I mean,
He said that thing was stratosphere.
Dude, this is his most insistent pass. Oh my god. What is the form?
That's insane.
I don't have great serve form, but I'm not just
he looked all crunched up,
I have to have this video. Hold on.
all
Well,
scrunched up.
carry on.
You're gonna have to send me all these
I'm
videos
doing
so
it right now.
I can pip it into the video. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't even know what we. There's so many things that you could talk about regarding men's and women's
I think it's
volleyball.
Destroys it.
There's a lot of big differences
Yeah.
that you could go over, but at the same time, it's volleyball's volleyball.
I think if you're watching to learn and watching for good rallies,
Women's by far.
Fully.
You can see their
There's
techniques
so much.
easier,
It
because
is.
No, I
Men's-
agree.
Men's is so quick. A set is over like that.
Yeah.
Like it's just nuts. But you can actually track and follow what the women are doing.
I will say.
I do enjoy watching women's volleyball when it comes to basically like trying to learn from the game. Not that you can't watch men's volleyball and learn from it, because I have studied, but like I have studied both. But it's like I feel like you get more out of it when I'm watching, because kind of what you said. It is a little bit more slower paced.
I would love to see some females play pro male. I think Andy Jackson could fucking hang with pro male players. I'm
Really?
sorry, Andy Jackson, between men and females, like if we were to combine, I think Andy Jackson's my favorite middle. I just seen a video of her stuffing.
It's not me. It's not me. I actually texted him at one point in time. Me and him were texting, and I don't know how the conversation got to this point, but he had mentioned something about middle, and I was like, I said like I was his second favorite middle, because I know there's another middle that he's played with before that he likes, who's very, very good. It's Jack's older brother.
Okay.
Matt fucking Home.
Yeah, Matt Home.
Love Matt Home.
So I was like, I know I'm your second favorite middle. And he was like, actually, and then he's typing, and I swear he's typing for like a good 20 minutes, and he sends me a list of literally almost every volleyball player he knows. And he's like, I like
think that was
all
like
of these middles
The
before
dedication.
I was like-
crazy.
Like, I knew he was joking, but at the same time, I genuinely
I
sat there and looked at the list and was kind of like,
I think I sent.
dang.
I sent,
That kind of hurt.
I sent like every single one of our club members.
Plus, you sent some Youngstown people were in there.
Some young
Some alumni were in
some
there.
alumni.
Didn't you threw some of the women's players in
Oh,
there as
yeah,
well?
I threw,
you actually threw quite a few of them in there. And
I listed
kinda
all the
like,
I listed all of the YSU varsity middles. I listed who was it? I listed Jordan Ashley.
Yeah, you had them in there. Jordan is the one that me and Connor. Yeah, who's 5 foot.
I think I listed Becca as a middle.
Yeah.
I think I had Becca as a middle.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't listing the best. He was listing his favorite. So.
No.
Okay.
Wow.
You're just at the bottom of both.
Yeah,
So,
I guess that is what.
Dude,
it
I
is.
can't find the video like in my camera roll. It's just in me and my friends' conversations.
I don't know.
Anyway.
No. Well, I mean, let's talk about kind of one more thing with men's versus women's.
Before we get into our
Volleyball.
3 other topics.
Yeah, well, we'll probably
doesn't matter.
make our way. Yeah, no.
We'll
yeah.
do like one more right now.
Let's just like one more question before we kind of head out of here. Or not even question, like one more topic about men's and women's. I'm just trying to think, because what we already talked about, style of play, we talked about the ball, we talked about the net. Let's talk about, I mean, we could obviously elaborate a little bit further on another time, but let's talk about the differences in, like, I don't want to say fan bases, because not fan base is what I'm looking for, but the attention or the popularity between men's and women's volleyball.
Which is more popular?
Obviously, women's volleyball is more popular.
Yeah,
So-
because if you said volleyball, I would never
The
have thought
women's
that
sport
men's volleyball existed.
Is there the men's
It
will
still needs to grow.
so
though.
Yeah.
the men's will grow when the NCAA decides to actually pay attention.
Yeah,
I don't know if you know
it was,
this.
It was like last year they made it a sanctioned high school sport in Ohio.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I don't know if you know this,
Well,
but
this is funny because this is
the
actually a recent thing that's
NCAA
been coming up.
official men's account on Instagram has not posted since the final of last year,
Oh.
and also did not even post the winner.
Oh.
Really?
I'm gonna pull it up right now.
There's a fan account, however, that is putting the NCAA men's volleyball account to shame.
So this is the official
Because
account.
They are active,
They
like they're
posted-
constantly posting.
This is the
stories,
championship. Did not even post who
constantly
won this game.
That's kinda sad.
That was May
Yeah.
of 2024.
posting.
And we
wasn't
can
it?
look up women's, and they're still posting. Well, this is beach season, but like even like there's indoor stuff that they're still posting about.
And wasn't Eric the one who kind of came out
February 11th, like
with that video? Didn't
Eric
Eric come out?
Shoji,
Yeah,
yes.
Shoji came out with the video and
Yeah.
was kind of like, hey, like NCAA,
What are you doing?
get your things together because
Yeah.
this is ridiculous. And I completely agree. Because you have a sport that is growing and has so much potential. Like the women's sport is growing as well. And it also has a lot of potential, but they are kind of putting that potential into the fact that they have 5 leagues now
well,
in the United
yeah,
States.
that's a topic in itself. But like, they need to actually kind of just merge all the leagues together. In my opinion, they need to.
I think they like 3 at the absolute most, but I mean 3 even then is
You can
like
do-
unnecessary.
you can do 2.
I think two would
do
be
like
beneficial.
an upper so kind of do it like how soccer does it,
where they have
the
divisions
upper-
and relegation.
the
and
best
promotion.
team in the second division gets bumped up and the worst team in the first division gets bumped down.
With the amount of teams they have now, though, they'll probably have the ability to do it almost exactly like how the Premier League does it, or like all the top European soccer like leagues, where they have like the top 3 go, and then the or the bottom 3 then are relegated down.
But
That would be a
that's
nice-
gonna,
that
if
would
they
be a nice
keep
system.
making all these leagues like.
The only problem is money, though, because you have to think about it. Those teams. That's why they like for not to like bring it into soccer, but for the MLS, in the United States they have multiple professional leagues for soccer in the United States, but they don't have that relegation system that like your European because the European leagues do because of the money. Like, could you imagine if like Columbus Crew, for example, got relegated and wasn't in the MLS anymore? Like, people would like freak out and they would lose a lot of like money and revenue from that. So I think that would be kind of one of the problems they run into with volleyball if they did that, especially because it's not super it doesn't have like a lot of cash flow.
Well, yeah.
It would be nice though. I see what you're saying, but like just realistically, it would be difficult to do that. But then again, I don't know how. I don't know like the financials
I mean,
of those
the men's
clubs.
game will slowly get better when colleges are also more like picked up on the sport.
Because there's a lot of big colleges that don't have men's volleyball.
Like
Look at half like the Big Ten. Like what?
Well, even so, the Big Ten's like not even like not. It's Big West. Big West is like Big West and ACV or ACVA or AVCA
Yeah.
and what's UCLA in?
Well, okay. Well, I'm saying AVCA. Isn't Ohio in AVCA? Ohio State.
No.
What is Ohio State in?
It's in Big Ten.
Well, I'm talking about Big Ten schools. Big Ten doesn't actually have a men's volleyball league.
I swore they did.
No.
Oh wait, yeah, you're right. I'm
Is it
thinking,
the
I'm
is it
thinking
like
women's.
the NIVA? Is
I
that
think that's what it is.
it's like MIVA or NIVA? Is what Ohio State's in, because I was talking about Big Ten schools because in the Big Ten, like all the Big Ten schools, I think UCLA, USC, and Ohio State are the only 3 schools in the
And
Big
one of
Ten
those
who have a
is-
men's volleyball program. So
Yeah, but there was like a thing in the beginning of the season where a few D1 schools actually dropped down to D2 and will no longer be playing D1. But that's because they're just like tired of being absolutely killed by all these.
like
Top
big
schools.
schools, yeah.
Well, I mean, look at the past records or past like champions: Long Beach, UCI, Hawaii, UCLA, Ohio State made a run a few years ago. Penn
Yeah.
State, like it's the top. And then next that they need to do is they need to start increasing tournament size. So I think when I started watching in 2022 or 2023, it was like a 6-man tournament at the end of the season. First 2 got a bye into the semis, and then it was 6. Because Hawaii got a bye, played Penn State, and then beat them, and then played in the final. Hawaii played 2 games.
Yeah.
Most of the time, every single year, it's the first seed and the second seed that are going to the semis and finals. Last year, they increased it to 8 teams. And I think this year, they might be doing it to like 10.
We're getting there slowly.
Slowly but surely. Kind of like how football was, but
Yeah. But
That's
football's
another
so
thing.
much bigger. Like,
It's-
it's never going to be as
it's
big
sad
as American
football.
football.
We'll all be gone by then.
Well, I mean, like, what do you mean gone?
Like we won't be in a positioned school wise to do something big in any of that.
I mean, yeah, no, probably not.
I mean,
unless like
coaching,
coaching,
which is what I'm
but
gonna try to do. But
I talked
I
about that
doubt
on
I'm
the
gonna
last
get.
podcast.
I
That's what
doubt
wanna
I'm
do.
gonna get into a D1 program
Yeah.
unless YSU makes a team. I'm going D1.
If YSU makes a men's volleyball team, we probably wouldn't be D1.
No.
No.
No, not even close.
We would probably be D2 and play teams like Hiram and like Marietta
Like Grove City.
and Grove City.
I honestly will try.
Dude, if we became a
Like,
team at all,
I think we should
like an
try.
official like sanctioned
you,
school team,
you know
I
how
would.
hard that is.
I'm
I know
coming.
it's
I'm
so
coming
hard.
so back.
But give us, because what? We have a few years.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a freshman still.
Yeah. So give us like a year, and I think we can figure something out.
No, I
To make
promise
a
you,
to make it a varsity
you
sport.
need to have scholarships even between men's and women's sports. That's what
Yeah.
that whole Title IX thing is about. So basically, they would either have to add a women's sport, which is not going to happen, or they would have to take money away from football, basically, because football takes up because they have so much scholarship money, it takes up, so they would have to take money away from football to basically give to a men's volleyball.
I feel like we
Or-
don't need that much though.
Take away.
We won't talk about that.
Take away bowling.
But no, our bowling
Our
team
bowling
is
team's
so
actually
good.
good.
Our bowling
Don't
team
focus
is
on
Yeah,
bowling.
actually.
our bowling team went to where it was Final Four last year.
Shoot! Shout out to coach. I don't want to say their name.
Okay.
It's what you put in our text group chat the one last night.
I have no idea what you're talking
Yeah.
about. You don't need to bring it up. I have no idea what you're saying. We'll talk about it
First
after.
one.
Oh yeah, never mind. I know what you're talking about. I thought you were talking about a different group chat. Okay.
No.
Yeah, no. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that's ridiculous. We'll mention that afterwards. But yeah, that's crazy.
If you want to stay
Oh.
YSU students, we're about to be shunned out of this college after this podcast goes out.
This podcast this was actually good. I think we've scraped the
We have
barrel
4 topics
of-
on that board right there. And
But no. Those 4 topics we're only doing.
They're not supposed to know about that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, before.
Yeah, so those 4 topics are basically just for like
Yeah,
future.
yeah,
We're just
yeah.
doing the 4th one that's on
At
there.
the net.
He did.
The N is half erased.
Dude, it's not have a race.
I think
Marker
the
gave
marker,
up.
just gave up.
Yeah. It's the marker's fault.
It's always the marker's fault, just like it's always the setter's fault.
Exactly.
It's okay, you're a libero now, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We can't blame
You do realize they take
Yeah.
second hands.
And
You're not
it
getting a
doesn't-
middle set.
It doesn't. Well, anytime if
You're
have
not
to
getting
take
a-
second hands, you're probably not.
Hey,
setting
guess
it
what?
anyway.
When we play the tournament Saturday, I'm gonna make sure our setter does not set you.
Isn't Sarah setting?
Yep, exactly.
Sarah's gonna set me.
I'll tell her to feed Dom. Revco, you're not getting a single back row attack.
You told me I wasn't anyway.
Yeah, true. That Dave's draw was we do.
Okay.
Most of the time, most likely I'll be setting really early. If I'm setting, you're not getting a single set.
Fine by me. We're gonna get cooked, but that's okay.
No, I've seen a lot of the pairs. They have some really good people.
If we pick up like who you say who's with Dom?
Juan,
Dom, yeah, Dom and Juan would be a good pickup if we got those 2.
I don't know what we would do. It'd probably be Dom Liberos hit out middle, Juan hits outside, you hit right side, or you and Juan switch. Shout out Juan, my little guy.
And also probably.
No, Dom's not. No, I don't want to insult Dom like that.
Well, no, I'm not. It was
Dom forsaken me. I'm gonna tell him about that Saturday in the car ride there. I'm gonna tell him Dom forsaken me, and I laid on the gym floor and cried his name. You know what I'm talking
I know
about?
exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Well,
You guys-
I mean,
No, Dom now technically because he can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I've seen
I
it.
have no idea what you're talking about.
You know the guy who's sitting with John Paul at our games at Carnegie?
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
Dom.
The way he plays is very satisfying.
yeah, he's a
I
good player.
haven't seen him.
Everything he does is very textbook.
Oh yeah, I forgot he was watching him play the tournament. And
Yeah,
it was
the
just
tournament.
like elegancy.
Yeah, no, Dom was a really good player.
No.
I respect
Yeah.
him. Respect him a lot. I played
Coach question mark.
Will. I don't know about that. That would be that. He said coach, question mark?
I could see.
Maybe,
No,
actually.
he's still in West Virginia. If he ever moved back, he might, but he'd have to move back, and I don't think he has plans to. I've never asked him or talked to him about it.
Oh, well. All right, well, I thought that was a pretty... I think we broke a lot of ice in this podcast. I think we got some controversial opinions
Michael's
out there.
canceled.
We talked about some controversial things that really aren't like super controversial, but just kind of like breaking that barrier, and then I think we scraped a lot of like different topics. So I think it was good. I think it was a good one.
Right.
Do we need to end with Marcus asking an inappropriate question?
Well, I was gonna ask him. I think you guys already heard it. Size or shape?
They're all the same size and shape. Hey, we'll get you guys in the next one.
Personally, I'm taking shape.
Yeah, I'm taking shape, but like
Yeah.
proportionate size as well.
I think they both matter.